Puncher types. This could be an interesting strategic fight. And Michael Buffer in the center of the ring, he's ready to give us the announcement.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of our featured 10-round bouts this evening in the junior middleweight division. The referee for this contest is Paul Vente. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red trim. He weighs 156 1/4 pounds. He's originally from Ponce, Puerto Rico, now living and fighting out of Newark, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, his professional record is 13-4, 7 KOs. Let's hear it for Ismael the Mongoose Negron. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with gold letters, weighing 156 1/4 pounds, from Reading, Pennsylvania. As a professional, 14-7-1, 4 KOs. Introducing Steve Lightning Little.
And as if to punctuate the lightning part, he throws a flurry of combinations, and Carmen Graziano looks on, I'm sure, in delight.
Says, what are you wasting your energy for? As your referee, I'm here to enforce those rules. This is my commands. Shake hands now. Time.
And so Ismael Negron comes in here with a 13-4 record, 7 KOs. And over on the other side, a gentleman who should be better than this 12-7-1 record, Stevie Little. Good boxer, puncher. And we are set for round one. This one is scheduled for 10, one of our featured events on Top Rank Boxing. Tell you what, you have to have confidence in yourself to take the nickname the Mongoose, which Ismael Negron did, because maybe one of the 2 or 3 best fighters ever, Archie Moore, was called the Old Mongoose. Saw Archie last week in the corner of George Foreman.
They should be able to retire nicknames like they do retire numbers for athletes in other sports.
I like that. Oh, good left hook. Although if they had retired the nickname Sugar Ray, then Sugar Ray Leonard would not have been able to get it after Sugar Ray Robinson. And Sugar Ray Seals also had it and did it proud.
Or maybe one Pereira.
One Pereira. Oh, sure, you change it now. Just because I point that out.
Just because you had totally perfect logic, you expect me to just sit there.
Stevie Little, meanwhile, is logically using the left hook against Ismael Negron. You talked about Little wanting to not be thought of as a runner. He's worried that people are perceiving him that way. He's throwing lots of punches in this first round.
He said the label was applied by top-ranked matchmaker Teddy Brenner. We've seen other fighters who have been cute boxing types, and if they're called that and they take offense, then they try to be sluggers and they've been knocked out.
That's true. And for Stevie Little, he comes in here off 2 losses. One to David Gutierrez at the Forum in Los Angeles, a majority decision. He steadfastly says he won that one. And against Tyrone Trice in New York, he also feels he won that one. His 2 big wins came in 1986. He beat Pino Cuevas, the former welterweight champ, and he beat David Braxton, the former junior middleweight NABF title holder. And those are good fighters, even if they were a little past their prime.
And relatively close to each other, too, so the confidence being parlayed from one fight into another fight. And it has to give you that world-class feeling that you can go in there against the contenders and be composed and not really lose anything.
Good jabs by Little, but he gets hit with the right hand by Negron. 2 evenly matched boxers in there. Again, the right by Negron. He has found a home for that punch here in the first round.
Good quickness by Negron.
This one is scheduled for 10. It's the hors d'oeuvre to our main event. Miguel Santana taking on top-rated contender Terrence Ali.
So you meant Uduva, right?
Or Duver, yeah, something along those lines. Under a half minute left to go, and they are really exchanging here in the first round. Nobody doing much running here.
Break, step up.
Very interesting and exciting first round. So if the rounds following are this interesting, it'll be very entertaining.
The upset of the week is brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need. Stan Albeck's Bradley Braves were in the driver's seat when they led Memphis State by 7 with just 35 seconds left to play. But Cheyenne Gibson, who led the Tigers with 28 points, canned a 3-pointer. Ronald McLean followed suit. And John McLaughlin's desperation three-pointer sent the game to OT, where Memphis State prevailed. The Pepto-Bismol upset of the week.
Hey, I have to get ready for the party too, you know.
I don't know if I'm going.
Is something wrong?
I'm kind of sick.
Oh, diarrhea?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you need. It's in the medicine cabinet.
Pepto.
Here it comes, the soothing relief of Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats is the only one you need.
Feeling better?
Let's party.
Round two.
Negron leans in with his left and then uses the right for impact.
That right hand dropped in 3 or 4 times by Ismael Negron. Negron in the white trunks. And in the black, it's Stevie Little. We're into round 2. This one is scheduled for 10, a couple of junior middleweights. Stevie Little was originally supposed to fight for the USBA junior middleweight crown, taking on Robert Hines. Hines went out with a hand injury, and that's when Negron stepped in a couple of weeks ago. Big left hook by Little.
Let go, step out.
Negron may have surprised Little with his hand speed in the opening round. Little thinks that he's always the fastest fighter, and if he finds out that the speed really belongs to Negron, it could be a tough thing for him.
Blood coming from the lip of Negron. Negron getting his own jab in as well.
Let go to head.
Here we see Little moving well, using his quickness, but not getting out of punching position when he does circle. That being the difference between intelligent movement and just running.
Well, based upon this early part of the performance, no one is going to call Steve Little a runner. As you said, he's moving, but it's not running away. It's very tough for boxers to get tagged as runners, as you said. Right now, he is taking it to Ismael Negron. And I think he stunned him with one of those right hands. Negron holding on.
Stop leaning on it.
Seizing an opening, he took full advantage of it. And in the circling of Little, as he lands his left hook, he's been getting away from the power hand of Negron, circling away from the right hand for the most part.
The jab of Negron, it's pretty even in the jab department. A minute left to go here in round 2.
Break. Step out.
Negron 21, Steve Little is 22, so though they've got lots of experience and have each had some losses, they're still very young. And both have good skills.
Break.
Little is the first cousin of Meldrick Taylor, the Olympic star, who is progressing nicely in the pros.
A good company usually does run like that together.
Steve Little has had himself a very good second round. They wail away at the end of the second.
Break.
Well, round 2, even more interesting than the first round. Come on back.
Don't rush out to get one of those old-fashioned car deals. You may fall flat on your face. And they'll try to get you every time with their constant wheeling and dealing. That has you going around in circles with promises that are all wet. The champion, TJ Chevrolet, gives you great deals without the old-fashioned high pressure. That's TJ Chevrolet, 913 Lancaster Avenue, Reading, the true champion of Chevrolet sales.
Your cable system knows that the friendship of those we serve is the foundation of our progress. At this holiday season, there is no more appropriate time to say thank you and to express to our friends warm season's greetings and best wishes for a bright new year.
And a lot of damage coming up from Little as he comes underneath and then goes outside, lands his left hook.
Punctuated what was a very good round for Steve Little. We head into the third, and Ismael Negron in the white, and Steve Little and the Black are now turning this into much more of a slugfest than anyone thought it would be. See how that reflects on Dave's scoring.
It looks like they've each taken their turn in starring so far. Negron with the first round, Little adjusting well in the second round, landing his left hook and moving away from the power of Negron.
The third round of 10 that are scheduled. Steve Little banging the left hook off ahead of Negron. Negron from Newark, New Jersey, and Steve Little from Reading, Pennsylvania. So this is a regional battle. Blood over the left eye of Little.
That is in a bad spot as cuts go.
Boy, they exchanged left hooks and a right by Little. So this one is turning into quite a slugfest. In what was billed as more of a boxing match. Big wide left hook by Little.
And the reason for that, we're seeing good technique and reflexes by both young fighters.
That's right. These are two good young fighters. They're showing a lot in here, even though the records aren't that imposing. Steve Little 12-7-1 and Negron 13-4. They've been in with some good people.
One indication is how far they'll go to take a chance when they see an opening or think the opponent has made a mistake. And they've both been willing to come forward and try to throw their best punch at the slightest opening, showing quick reaction.
About a minute left to go here in round 3. Pace slowing just a bit here in the third as they strategically figure out what they're going to do.
Both trying to circle away from the power of the other, and that's why they get their standoff.
Dave, they've both made good use of the jab, though, in this spot.
The jab, the quickness, and they've been setting things up often.
Overhand right gets there for Steve Little. How much damage did it do to Negron? Another one. Little wailing away as Negron is caught on the ropes. He felt those right hands. Again, the right by Little, and the hook, and another right hand by Stevie Little. He's not running now. That'll do it for the third round. Follow Stevie Little into his corner, and the always ubiquitous Carmen Graziano will have a few things to say.
This round we're going to coast a little bit. Just dip it in the water, dip it in the cold water. This round you're going to coast, but you're going to win the round while you're wrestling. You're not just going to coast. While you're coasting, you're going to pop jabs. You're going to use a lot of deception. Walk one way, pop with the other hand. Let's try for frustration. He's 3 behind. They got to be telling him that. Sit up. They got to be telling him in the other corner that he's 3 behind. They got to be telling him he's 3 behind. So he's gonna...
Over in this corner, let's see if what they're telling Negron. They will do it in Spanish.
Little doing some of his best work in the third round. Toward the end, the overhand right setting it up, and he trapped Negron against the ropes. Did good work after that.
Interesting strategy in the corner of Little as you look at Negron coming out for the fourth round, telling him to coast after a round in which he had Negron hurt badly toward the end of the round.
It is an interesting and maybe controversial strategy. He's looking ahead to the entire fight, figuring that over the course of 10, there has to be a round where you kind of pace and hope for the second win.
I just wonder, and certainly Carmen Graziano's been around the fight game a long time, and he always has interesting strategy. I just wonder, though, if this is the round to do it after you've got a guy hurt. Maybe the 6th round would be the place.
Exactly, because you should take, if there is such a thing as a break, you should take it after a big lead, not after a small lead, because should Negron come on and win this so-called rest round, you